Zel Boy Army, welcome back to another video on the channel. First FIFA 23 video from me is here. EA have announced all the new heroes and all their stats, so we're going to be going over that in this video. Apologise for being away for a few months. Took a bit of a break before the new game, but I'm hyped, ready to go for the new game. Daily video uploads when the game drops, daily Twitch streams. Get involved, like, comment and subscribe to the channel. More content coming your way. But let's get into the video and the heroes that EA have told us about. EA today have dropped, and this is a shock. I don't really think they've ever done this so early. I'm not even sure they've done this before the game's launched generally, but released all the stats for all the cards that are coming out. It's pretty cool, and it's for all the new heroes that we're getting. So they dropped it 40 minutes ago. This is on August the 20th. I'm pretty excited. For some of these heroes. They are a lot better than I expected them to be. And obviously with the heroes, I thought the ones that they brought out this year were going to be a bit rubbish in the end because most of them were pretty unusable. But they did a good job of, throughout different promos, making the heroes a lot better, which excites me with some of the players we've got in here. So we're going to start off with the second. There's two pictures here, and we'll go through each one and talk about them. One thing that we do have to say is we don't really know what body type some of these players are going to be. We don't know, and more specifically, we don't know the weak foot and skill moves that these players are going to have. Weak foot and skill moves is a key part in how good a player is, more so for midfield and especially for attackers and strikers. But in general, we can have a decent grasp of if a card's going to look good or not from the stats we get here. Obviously, you still miss out the specific stats like finishing, dribbling, all that. But yeah, I'm excited to go through this. So the lowest rated is Peter Crouch. Peter Crouch is a pretty cool one to have. He's pretty slow, but honestly, for Peter Crouch, 78 pace on his lowest card, because he'll get ones in different pros, that's not actually too bad. If heading is good, he could be useful. If heading's not very good, he's probably not going to be very useful. Another thing to bear in mind with these cards is that heroes give a link. I think it's one link for the league, so that with the new chemistry system, which we'll go over when the game comes out, I'll do a tutorial on it. It's a bit more complicated. Honestly, I'm yet to be decided if I think it's better than how the old chemistry system worked. But as far as I'm concerned with heroes, they'll get one link from the league to add to the league links, and then they'll put two towards the nation. So if you have Peter Crouch in your team, he'll add one to the Prem and two to English players. Sidney Govou, very good player for Lyon in the early to mid-noughties, I think, when Lyon won, 5-6 league titles in a row. I think they had Malouda, Juninho, the really good free kick taker. On paper, looks a pretty solid card. That isn't that bad physical early on in the game for an attacker. Quick, very good pace. The thing is as well, with 90 pace, it basically means if you put a Hunter on early, then he's going to get 99. These cards, by the way, we're not sure if they drop at the start of the game or in November. I think they drop in November because when we get them from our pre-order is the 11th of November, just before the World Cup starts. So I'm going to assume these cards, especially with how good they are, they're not going to drop straight away. I think it's going to be around the time of the World Cup. But EA have not confirmed that. Park Ji-sung, Man U legend. Very good card. He's got 80 plus on every stat. That's really good early on. Could be a very well-rounded midfielder, to be honest. Park was a pretty good player, but I don't think he deserved a defender. Like, he was good defensively for an attacking player, but not that good. Capdevila, Villarreal, left-back. Very good full-back. Maybe a bit higher rated than I expected, but looks a pretty good card. Full-backs, though, not too excited in general. Have we ever had a 99 pace player so early on in a FIFA? Like, pure 99 pace on his card? Saudi Arabian, not going to be very useful for the Nation Leagues. I don't even know what that league is, so I don't think he's going to be very useful in terms of his chemistry. But as a super sub with 99 pace, 92 dribbling, if he has good weak foot and skill moves, he's going to be an absolute cracked super sub. He's probably not going to be too expensive, so keep a lookout for him. Smolarek, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I have heard of him before, but couldn't tell you too much about the teams he played for. Pretty good looking card, to be honest. Really quick, good dribbling, very good physical for someone with that quick dribbling, good shooting. Like, need to see his actual stats, but looks pretty good. Harry Kuehl, the Wizard of Oz, as they've called him, looks a pretty good card on paper. I swear they said they'd removed the left forward position. So I don't really get that, but oh well. You can't even be a left forward in the formations. But that Harry Kewell card does look pretty good in general. Nakata removed as an icon down to hero. Probably fair. Nakata's cards are always alright. This looks pretty similar to what his cards generally are. Landon Donovan. Links are going to be a bit naff with MLS in America, but could be a decent card. Dirk Kuyt, maybe overrated his pace a little bit, but should be a pretty solid card. Marquisio could be one of the best midfielders in the game early on based on how his card looks there. Going to have decent links with Italy and Serie A. You have to remember as well, like he'd be able to link in with someone like Donnarumma, so they're already going to get strong links there. That's pretty nice. Heroes as well will give... I know icons do, but I'm going to show heroes the same. They get free chemistry if they're in the right position. So they are useful in terms of that. But Marquisio looks pretty solid, to be honest. Anyone in the 80-plus club's going to be pretty useful, I think. Now, this is the higher rated ones. Not necessarily better, but generally speaking, they're probably going to be. Carvalho looks a pretty good card. Maybe, I don't want to say too slow, but maybe a little slow, considering some of the cards that probably will be out by then. Pace has been pretty key. But we do have to remember, it does somewhat depend on how pace plays on the new FIFA. You can't really judge how cards are going to be fully until we know how pace is. So on FIFA 19, most cards were pretty useless if they couldn't jump, basically. They had to be good in the air. Brolin looks a very good card. Marquez, I'm going to assume he is going to be a little slow, but he's a CDM though. I thought he should be a centre-back. He was a centre-back at Barca as far as I'm aware. But it looks an okay card. Mascherano. Don't really get why Mascherano is the same rate as Marquez. He was definitely better than him, but he's going to have pretty good links being Premier League and Argentinian. I would have thought Barca might have been his peak rather than Liverpool, but not bad. JJ Kocher, French League. That's going to be pretty useful, to be honest, considering some of the great players in that league. If he's 5-star, 4-star, like he has been on previous FIFAs, on paper that Kocher card does look very good. Yaya Toure, one of the most hyped heroes that we've had going into this FIFA. 91 physical, he's going to be a beast. 87 dribbling, that was one of the things I want to see. Would Yaya Toure have good enough dribbling stats so he's not clunky? Based off of that card, he should be fine. This Yaya Toure card, honestly, is probably my favourite based on just the pure card-based stats. But he looks really good. Premier League's going to help him link in. I'm going to assume, though, Yaya Toure is going to be one of the best midfielders in the game. And when he gets like a 96-plus hero card later in the year, he could be the best midfielder in the game. Papan, he maybe could have been an icon, not a hero. He's one of the top scorers in World Cups, I believe. Or in one of the World Cups, he got like 6-7 goals, I think. Looks okay. French League's going to link in. Doesn't look the best card, but the shooting's pretty cracked. Lucio, he definitely looks like one of the best cards. Really good physical and defending. Pretty high dribbling at that point in the game for a centre-back. And really quick. Bundesliga, generally speaking, not the easiest league to link into. But Brazil, very useful. Linked to players like Neymar, Marquinhos. So that extra 2, Brazil's going to be useful. This Lucio does look like he'll be one of the best defenders in the game. Forlan and Voller look really, really good. A lot of it obviously just depends on their weak foot and skills. I know I keep saying that, but it really is a key thing that if Forlan's 3-star, he's going to be pretty useless compared to top tier cards. If he's 5-star, I don't think he will be, obviously, but if he is, he'd be up there for best player of the game. That's just how FIFA works. But these 2 cards do look really good. La Liga's pretty nice to link into. Serie A for Voller, I guess that's from when he was at Roma, I think. But these 2 cards look really good. But generally speaking, there wasn't really a card other than maybe Crouch that I looked at and thought they're probably not going to be that good on this game. Like I say, it's too early to fully judge how cards are going to play on a new game that we've not tried. But these heroes do look really good. And any cards that add to a game to give you more viable options to use, I'm going to be a fan of. I do like the look of these heroes. I think it's pretty cool what EA are doing with them. And I always thought with icons are really good, but they started to dilute the icons with some ones who probably weren't worthy of them. So I always thought they should have a tier below, and heroes really does tick that box. I also think it's pretty cool how they're doing like the partnership with Marvel. I mean, that's nice. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Which heroes are you really excited for? Appreciate you guys watching. More FIFA 23 content coming soon. Peace.